This summer, the Orange County Bicentennial Committee and the Orange County Foundation presented a series of events called Slices of Orange. Witnessing these allows us to step back in time for a Sunday afternoon and bask in the nostalgia of a nearly forgotten world. I hope to present a documentation of the slices of orange that will be the voices of orange, because it's not just presenting a documentation of the history shown at these events. It's also a telling of her story, your story, my story, and our story. The living memory of older people gives voice to the common folk. It's exciting to be able to preserve and share these conversations and oral histories in what I hope will be a genuine living history that is immediate, tangible, and relevant for many generations to come. I hope my work can somehow convey the appreciation these folks have for growing up in a tightly knit rural community, because this community pride was the dominant theme for me at each one of the events.
Several months ago, as we talked about activities that we could schedule to celebrate Orange County's 200 years as well as Indiana's bicentennial, we started thinking about how to bring the celebration to you.
We wanted to focus on all of those outlying communities that help make up Orange County and help make it what it is.
This whole Slices of Orange County, I think, has been good for the county. Like, you go back and reflect on all the little towns around, all the little schools and the churches that were once here and things like that. You see that things have progressed, but in a lot of ways we're still the way we were 100 years ago, 50 years ago.
Slices of Orange is great because Paoli's got a lot of history, Orange County's got a lot of history, and the people don't know about it, and they feel like they're not represented. So it kind of brings the county together and the towns together.
As an old Valeenite, I'm just glad to see that somebody's taken the initiative to put together the history of this area, and not only the Valeene area, but all the communities, small communities in Orange County. So many of these little communities kind of get forgotten over the years. Nobody really remembers, or people grow up and move away, but the people that grew up there never really leave.
Busick was a booming and had 3 stores and a hardware and a barber shop and a restaurant and a bank at one time. And on Saturday night it was full of people, and everybody come to town on Saturday night and got groceries.
Well, Unionville used to be a pretty good sized town. Had a barber shop, flour mill, gasoline filling station, Redmond Hall. That's about all I remember.
We had chickens, we had milk cows, had beef cattle, we had grain, and we did a general farm. And back then you could take a 80-acre farm and make a good living on it. Now you couldn't buy the groceries off of an 80-acre farm now.
I've learned a lot and shared a lot, and it's been fun, to meet people. In fact, I've ran into a couple of people that are distant relatives that I've figured out.
It's been a lot of fun to talk, bring back some old memories and make some new memories. But I think we all can agree we had absolutely wonderful basic education.
Yes. I always told my classes when I taught school that I went to Little House on the Prairie because they couldn't believe that I, teaching them, had gone to a 2-room school. So I took my yearbook in one day to prove to them that that's the type of school that I'd gone to. And I tell them, if I can go here, go to my little school and go on to college, you can do anything.
So when I tell my grandchildren this story, they think I'm back in Little House on the Prairie days. So, maybe I was. I didn't know. It was cool, though.
So the roots from SYRIA and from all of Orange County have produced seeds that have sprouted all over the world. And I think we need to take great comfort in that. knowing that those same strong qualities that our ancestors and our relatives from the 1800s and the 1900s and onward are actually our roots that are going to be taking care of the world ahead of us.
I think it's a great idea because there are many memories that need to be shared. If they aren't shared or if they aren't written down, then they will be lost. So I'm just happy for the Slice of Orange program and the fact that this is going to bring up a lot of memories and hopefully create a lot of interest in Orange County.
It ties in the history, I think, of everybody. Probably most people know wherever they live, kind of know the history of that section of the county, but they may not be aware of other sections of the county. And this gives them an opportunity to learn more about the other sections of Orange.
Everyone involved in these slices of orange seem to have made a personal investment of their own family heritage by sharing photos, stories, documents, and memorabilia about the small villages and towns that nowadays may or may not appear as dots on a map. But through the memories of friends at each of these slices of orange open houses, those little spots in the road have been brought to life, if only for a moment, with such a vivid vitality at wonderfully welcoming locations where everyone felt at home and glad to be there. The most impressive element of all the slices of orange open houses was the memorabilia that everyone brought to the events. The impressive displays that were assembled and presented at each location turned into wonderful township historical museums, open only for a 2-hour viewing. The willingness of so many people to share common community interest, along with their family histories, was heartwarming and at times overwhelming in the size and scope of what there was to take in and share. I'm so glad that the Orange County Bicentennial Committee decided to reach out to the smaller rural communities and make them an integral part of Orange County's bicentennial celebration. They've been rewarded with an end result that I feel is remarkable. There's a sense of unity that has been inspired and demonstrated through the communities that came together to share local history at the Slices of Orange. At this moment, there seems to be a connectivity that exists throughout the county that has never existed before. The Slices of Orange allowed many of us to take the time to get to know one another in ways we might have done 50 years ago. I hope we continue to reflect on all the good memories and common interests we share from our communities of the past and use those examples to form supportive communities today so that in the future, when the next Slices of Orange occur, we will have just as many happy faces to show up, share memories, and reflect on how things were in the good old days of the early 21st century.